G'day and welcome back to the Project 200 build series. Most four-wheel drives don't come equipped with very much in the way of underbody protection or bash plates to protect the vital components underneath the vehicle. The LandCruiser 200 is no exception, with the protection under the engine, front differential and gearbox generally made of thin sheet metal and plastic. A decent off-road impact to one of these components could easily render the vehicle undrivable. I've been looking at improved underbody protection for a while, but many of the available kits are either poor quality imports or massively over-engineered, adding too much weight to the vehicle and risking structural damage to mounting points in the case of an impact. Then I came across the plates from Custom Offroad up in Queensland. They produce a three-piece kit which protects the sump, the front differential and the transmission, using the same bolts and mounting points as the factory plates. They're made in Australia from 4mm stainless steel, so they're strong enough to provide serious protection without being too heavy or susceptible to rust. And as you can see, the quality is absolutely brilliant. Please enjoy this step-by-step guide to installing the Custom Offroad Accessories 3-piece underbody protection kit into a LandCruiser 200. If you have a bull bar fitted, the first step is to remove the centre stone tray. In the case of this ARB bar, that means removing 6 bolts, then lowering the tray. You can then begin removing the factory sheet metal engine plates located under the front of the engine and the differential. There are 3 pieces to this plate, which are attached by a total of 14 bolts, which all need to be removed. You may find it easier to remove each side, followed by the support running up the centre. Retain 7 of the long factory bolts to reuse with the new protection plates. You can then move rearwards, undoing the 4 bolts retaining the plastic panel that sits under the rear of the engine, then removing the panel. The final disassembly item is to remove the 4 bolts retaining the factory gearbox protection plate, then remove the plate. These 4 bolts also need to be retained. With the factory panels removed, you can move on to installing the new protection plates. Begin by applying Loctite to the mounting bolts. You can then place the centre plate in position and loosely fit the 4 mounting bolts. Next, move to the front protection plate. Ensure that the 2 rear mounting slots engage with the mounting bolts for the centre plate, fitting between the centre plate mounts and the chassis rails, to ensure that the vertical spacing of the plates is correct. See the photos on the website if you're not quite clear on this point. You can then loosely fit the front 3 mounting bolts before aligning the plate, then fully tightening those 3 bolts. Then align the centre plate before fully tightening the joint mounting bolts. Then finally, moving towards the rear of the centre plate, tighten the remaining 2 mounting bolts. With both the front and centre plates complete, you can now move towards the rear of the vehicle and install the gearbox protection plate, again using Loctite on all the bolts. Loosely fit them before aligning the plate, then fully tightening all the bolts. Finally, if you have a bull bar fitted, you'll need to refit the centre stone tray to the original holes on the bull bar and the provided tapped holes in the Custom Offroad front plate. I hope you enjoyed the installation of Custom Offroad's underbody protection onto the 200. I was really happy with the ease of the install, which took less than half an hour from start to finish. As always, there's plenty more information and photos of the installation at project200.com.au. See you next time.